Hello, hello everyone! What is up, friends of YouTube? We are rocking the Izumo tonight. I'm sure I'm maybe close to saying that correctly, but starting off right in getting into the action. So we are playing more of the Warships Legends like we do all the freaking time, and I am your host tonight, Phoenix61, right? So I am never ashamed of going after destroyers when I am the battleship. I think they are a big threat to you as a destroyer or as a battleship, so absolutely, I know it's not as fun, but if you like winning, it is really, really helpful to get them off the board early on, my opinion, right? So you'll see me shoot at destroyers more often than a lot of other folks do, and that's because I don't like them. At least when I'm a battleship, I don't like them. Something like the Izumo is probably a little bit tougher to hit them. You know, like some ships are better. I almost said gooder. Some ships I feel like I have better luck at working destroyers when I'm in battleship, right? So particularly the British battleships, just mostly because a lot of times you get especially something like Marlborough where you've got just a lot of cannons on the ship, a lot of guns. And then a lot of times I'm firing HE with that because we do HE builds on a lot of our British battleships, so that works out a little bit better. So you can see we only got 5 hits, 4,200 damage from shooting at those destroyers, right? So that Alaska was a good shot, but he saw us starting to turn and look towards him, so he backed up out of view, right? So he did not want our bullet donation to him, so we will have to pick on these battleships that are kind of pressing in hard. Typically if you see a lead ship, a lot of times, and this is like the right thing to do, right? Everybody pick on that lead ship that's pressing in, right? So get rid of that first one first, like we do here. And then we'll go after the Giuseppe Verde next, unless something else materializes for us. We do have to worry about a destroyer. I can see that smoke screen down by B still as well, so we're kind of keeping that in mind. Yep, there he is. And then, and there's some torpedoes. Looks like he sent some at us and some at our other guys on the other side over here. But so we'll use our shot at him. I think that if the Giuseppe Verde, if it was more broadside to us, I probably would have gone for it first, just because we probably could have just wasted him, right? So, but we did take our shot at the Sumner. And we will take another shot at the Sumner. This is looking pretty good too. We might be able to finish him here at this angle here. So we'll take it at the Giuseppe Verde, see how that goes, and yeah. So that's kind of like my thought process there. Normally I want to chase, I want to get rid of that destroyer because he's only going to be spotted for so long. You only get so many chances at those destroyers until all of a sudden, you're kind of alone. Later in the game, if you're a lone battleship, he's just gonna stay unspotted and just keep shooting torps at you, right? So I like to try and get rid of them. I like to help out with those destroyers when I'm a battleship, right? But my own personal strategy, right? So and we don't always follow our own rules, right? Sometimes we're drunk in the kitchen, right? But yeah, so we'll press in, just kind of knowing where that destroyer was. I kind of want to move in, I'm going to help out with the B cap. We're going to press on this side. I can see my teammates are kind of doing the same thing, right? So we're not going out alone. But then if I can get that island that's in the B zone, in the B hole, kind of between me and that destroyer, he won't be able to send torpedoes at us as easily, right? He'll have to move around and get angled, right? So see if we can't get something on this Alaska here. Yeah, decent. I always feel like I struggle getting big damage on Alaskas no matter what ship I'm in. But if I'm in the Alaska, I always feel like I do not struggle dying in that ship. I love the Alaska, though. We have some good Alaska games out there, so go look for those. But yeah. So Yamato, that's a pretty decent angle for us, and then this Kurfürst is even better angled. The German battleships are always kind of hard to citadel, right? But you can still do pretty chunky damage on them. Yeah, that's pretty decent volley there. I guess I don't know if like I guess I don't know exactly where to hit him. I think it might be closer to the front or back turrets, or just lower in the water. I have a habit of aiming high, just because I feel like when I aim a little bit higher, I end up I get more hits. Like yeah, I'm maybe not aiming right at a citadel, but more bullets land. It's a little bit. I guess it's a little bit more conservative way to play it. But we aim just above the water line here for this Yamato and get a citadel hit on him. So they're a little bit easier to get big hits on, right? Especially when they're sailing broadside like that. So we're already up to 110,000 damage. We have an assisted capture of this B-hole here as the gigantic Izumo battleship here. I feel like some of these bullets gotta still... Oh, okay. We hit that little tower. I was like, why am I getting the island symbol there? Yeah. I was like, these bullets look like they would make it. Nope. Just ripped the top off of that tower there. So Yamato learned his lesson. He's kind of angling in towards us now, right? And then that Burgone or whatever that's going towards D. There's too much land between us here. So we'll kind of let auto aim do its work here and just kind of take this guess shot. I wish I should have aimed a little bit higher. Yeah, we get 7 ricochets. So like just based off the angle he was on the mini-map, I kind of knew that hitting his hull, we probably wouldn't get a lot of damage, and we got absolutely none. But we got 7 hits that all ricocheted, so aiming higher would have probably given us some, like, deck or superstructure damage or something, right? But now he's angled nice and broadside to us again. So we will do our work there and get 3 Citadel hits there, and we pop high caliber as well. That gets us up to 153k. Easy peasy. I think so. We'll finish him, well, man, I really want this kill, just because we did so much work, but it looks like those torpedoes might make it before our guns get reloaded here. And Kurfürst isn't going to be an angle. We'll fire them. Bullets tend to go faster than torpedoes. Nope. The Gearing's torpedoes got there first. So we'll move around on this Kurfürst, and then I'm going to guess that destroyer is probably sending torpedoes through that little alleyway right there, right? So we will keep moving. I think one thing that a lot of people don't consider, if you're in a battleship, it takes a lot of time to get up to full speed, right? So, we're up there now. It looks like we're locked in at 24. Oh no, 24.3. We were at 24.1, and then now we're just at 24.3. So like going straight line at full throttle, it kind of creeps up there, right? So. A lot of times people will, they'll shoot torpedoes along that suggested line that the game gives you when you're in a destroyer, right? And if you kind of just keep pressing, keep moving in a straight line and don't turn, sometimes you can kind of outrun their suggested line just from that little bit of acceleration. You got to have enough distance in between you, But if I was 100% certain he was shooting them at me, we might have either like completely stopped or turned in. Is always a good strategy too. But we went this route, so I don't even know, either we went way past him or he didn't have any to shoot through there, but either way, we are still alive. We got 3 fires. So I do struggle with this strip, this Izumo. It's one that I want to like, but so since we do finally have a good game here with it, I am still working through the upgrades for it though, so I don't have all of the ship upgrades for it. So I have a tendency to, once I get and unlock a ship, play it a couple of times, and then I forget to come back to, max it out with all the, the ship modules or upgrades that you have for it. So, we've got the commander pretty well upgraded and, outfitted pretty decent for this ship. We're using, kind of the same loadout that we do for, Yamato and a lot of our, big hitting range AP Japanese battleships, right? But, yeah. So Commander I feel comfortable with, but yeah, we're missing at least 2, maybe 3 of the upgrades for this year. So I think I probably picked, the first one I probably picked was the gun range or mod or whatever, but yeah. So we probably still have some hull strength left that we could pick and stuff like that, but yeah. But we'll go through, we'll see where we end up on the leaderboard here. That's a pretty wicked amount of damage. Yeah, that puts us at the top, 2,400 XP. See if we made some credits, 189,000. Since we do have premium, that only would have been 68, but since we have premium, that if that gets it as much. So yeah, I still have, I have one unlocked. I just saw it there for like a second. But yeah, so I'm missing 3. And I have one unlocked that I got to go back and fill out. So I'm missing 3 ship upgrades still for this. So maybe once we get her kind of up to speed, we'll be able to rock and roll with her, right? But yeah, so this is how we have the commander set out. Yeah, like I said, a lot of range, a lot of accuracy and AP. Shell damage is kind of how we outfitted her. And I am addicted to Will to Rebuild for the legendary perk. And a lot of folks like fight fire with fire. Some other guys use some of those other ones. But yeah, so if you see me out on the battlefield in a battleship and I'm low on health, come hang out and we can die together. If Will to Rebuild doesn't work, we will just die together, right? So that is our Izumo game. So this was kind of a short match. So we have another one lined up right behind this one just for you. I think we are rocking a Benham game. You guys all know that Benham's probably my favorite tier 6 premium ship, right? We play the Benham a lot. So I did do an Indianapolis game yesterday, just before this, before this recording, that we had pretty decent too, and that's a tier 6 as well. So I do try to mix it up. If you watch my channel at all, you notice I like to play pretty much every ship type. We do destroyers, cruisers, carriers, battleships, right? So, and then I have a tendency to try and play through the premium supplies missions every week. So yeah, you'll see me playing different premium ships that any that I have, basically we play as them, even if they are terrible. So we've got some jokers out there, some terrible ships that we've made some videos on too, just to highlight the terribleness of that video or of that ship. So let's see what we're up against. Mostly 5s and 6s, which is always kind of nice to be the higher tier within the match, right? So we're tier 6 and there were some 5s in here. So we will head, and with this ship too, I am just addicted to playing aggressively, right? So it works out, it works out sometimes, and sometimes it does not work out at all. Sometimes it is terrible because, you're too aggressive and you get your butt kicked. But we will head in towards the B hole here. It's my favorite thing to call Zone B when it's in the middle of the map. Especially when it's like surrounded by islands, because then it really is a B hole, right? So we'll get in here and see if we can't help with capturing. Torpedoes reload pretty decent, but on this boat as well. If you think about a minute, minute 10 reload. So we see the zones contested already, so we know somebody's kind of up there. So literally, I am just kind of taking a guess at where their destroyer might be and dumping torpedoes that way, right? So I'm trying to mix it up to kind of just create a disturbance in the forest, right? And then this Gneisenau shows up. So he's just outside of spotting range, so we're going to do the classic slam on the brakes and hit our smoke screen. And I'm guessing that's where the destroyer is as well. He's probably off in that direction too. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and not kind of maintain broadsidiness to where that destroyer is, right? So if he's dumping torpedoes in towards our smoke screen, looks like we got a hit on him. So now we know exactly where he is because we can see where that torpedo disappeared, right? So, we might get something up. Nope, Gneisenau's too far away, just out of range. I think we're like 6.9 with that. But yeah, like I said, so we know that destroyer's there, and we just kind of want to make sure we're not, sitting still and broadside to where that destroyer might be, because then we're going to be an easy target for torpedoes if he just, decides to dump them into the smoke screen like he's doing here. So yeah, so we were a little bit easier to dodge those just because we were angled, right? So, and then now we're simply waiting for reload. I think we've got them reloaded on the other side already, right? So, and that's kind of like what I like about the ship. If you think like a minute 10, you feel like that's a kind of normal long reload or whatever. But if you kind of play the ship how it's built, you've got 2 launchers on each side. You're shooting torpedoes just all the freaking time. So like, if we'll do is what I have a habit of doing is just turning around and getting the other side of the ship angled right so that we can send more, right? So we're going to do that exact same thing here. He's coming in. He is so close, like we're just going to be able to whip his butt, right? So this is what I like about this ship is this is fun to do even if I die from it, but he's so close, like these are guaranteed hits. And then we'll start turning in, and since we're so close, like he's probably struggling to get those main batteries lined up on us, right? And then, yeah, if we didn't finish him off, he probably would have rammed into us. And then this Fubuki here is going to be a goner too, so we'll press in on him as well. And we're going, you know, I changed this direction. We're moving a little bit away just exactly because of that. Fubuki's got torpedoes as well. He's got 3 launchers that reload faster than ours do, so he can dump those little squiggly things pretty quickly as well, right? So now we are free and clear of this zone. And if you look up at the scoreboard, you can see our team has made work of everybody else as well. Looks like we've had a lot of success over at A, and it looks like our team is outnumbering the enemy over on the C cap side as well. So we can be even more silly and aggressive here, just because we kind of know we've got this game in the bag, right? The win is ours, right? That Fubuki's going to eat those torps. He's got engine damage. It's probably why he's not moving. I know I am almost always using Unstoppable for my destroyer builds for the commander loadout, right? Which basically gives you, you know, if you do get engine damage, you still have some maneuverability, right? You're not completely dead in the water, right? So I have an addiction for that, for destroyers, and I have an addiction of will to rebuild for battleships. So, yes, come chill with me. If you see me out there in a battleship, let's hang out. We can hang out and get lit on fire together. Right. Fuso is the last one left here. I'm sure anybody that can that has the range on our team is probably going to aim and fire at him, right? That's what you do. But so we'll see if we can get close enough to send our torpedoes at him. Maybe we can get this to be a 3-game kill instead of a 2-game kill. But yeah, that Gneisenau, he pressed in a little bit too hard for a, you know, like, and people do that with the German battleships, right? You do a brawler build, but he may not have suspected Phoenix 6-1 to be rocking a Benham in the smoke screen that was in front of it, right? Because we like to play like an idiot as well. So I sent these torps, but look, is he turning away now, or no? Maybe not. And then, yeah, I'm not caring about getting spotted here, right? So we're just being obnoxious at this point. Because if we die, we're still going to win this game. So let's have some fun. Let's have some fun with it. I'm not even going to use the smoke screen. It's just no time. Alright, we're going to get one. Ooh, we got high caliber there. Hey-oh. A devastating strike and high caliber. Oh, we've got him on fire and flooding too. Is that last one gonna get the... Oh, yep, we got him with the flood. That last torpedo didn't even make it. We'll see where we end up on the leaderboard for this one. Victory! Yeah, 2,600, that puts us at the top. Next guy in line is not too far behind us. He had a really good game too. And then, yeah, this is what I love about the tier 6s and 7s. If you have premium, you're making tons of money. If you have decent games, right? Or like in the 500,000 credit range, right? That is it for this one. I did not go through the commander build on this video, but if you're interested in kind of how we have Albert Gleaves set up, go check out some of my other American destroyer videos, because I use him on almost all of them. There are a few where you kind of want to do a little bit more of a gun build maybe, but I'm still kind of working out the kinks as far as how I like my builds for American destroyers, right? So thank you guys so much for watching all the way through. Hope you enjoyed this double feature. Please do make sure to subscribe to the channel. I am on the struggle bus of trying to get to 500 followers. That's when you become a real YouTube boy, right? We're just a real boy now. But yes, thank you guys so much for being here, and we will see you tomorrow.